Hit the button.
I feel like we said
Hey,
all this
everybody.
stuff already.
I don't know why you weren't recording our banter this week. I guess it's for Frakes. It's all for Frakes.
What banter? We don't talk before the.
We talk a lot. You just always have to go get water because you never come prepared.
Well,
Last week,
I care about hydration. I'm sorry.
Well, if you cared about it, you would get it at 7:30, not 8 o'clock. That's all you'd have to
Got
change.
you there.
No.
Even 7:55 would be better.
Well, I think he did.
Have I got time to get? Do I have time to grab a beverage real quick?
Here's the truth. I
shave.
get water at 7:30, and then y'all sit here bullshitting. By the time I'm ready to start recording, I gotta go get more water.
Oh, well, I stopped listening to you complain. I was laughing at Matt and his fake pretend mustache.
Well, it does look like stippled on there with a Sharpie.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what the opacity turned all the way up. It actually sticks to your face pretty good when you're talking and stuff. That look.
That's how mustaches work, man.
Mm-hmm. So Zoom has to look at your face and see if your eyes are dilating to know whether or not you deserve the full beard or not.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah, no, you don't.
It's not an option. It's not an option. Oh well. Guess that's the pirate life for me. Rum. Ooh, I would like some rum, but not tonight. Rum is a weekend drink.
Is it?
For me.
Probably safest.
Do you have a list of weekend drinks? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you
rum.
Look like the type.
Honey whiskey. I like drinking that straight. It's good. And I only like the honey jack. I don't like the honey Jim Beam's really smoky. It's not
we
good.
all like a good.
I drink that, and then that. I like drinking that whiskey old fashioned mix that I brought to Nerd Bowl.
Nobody gives a shit about any of that. Toker, how was Godzilla?
Oh yeah,
it was good. It was good. Now, so we met Ryan beforehand and had pizza and beer. So I may have slept a little bit through.
Oh no!
I don't really.
It's the
drink.
best nap I've ever had.
It was. I had three. I had three very delicious hipstery beers, and a very hipstery pizza with like broccoli and shit on it. It was all very good.
Ooh, pizza with broccoli.
Oh, it was so good.
It was really, really good.
Did they steam the broccoli before they put it on the pizza or parboil it, or was it just raw broccoli that got roasted in the oven on the pizza?
Well, let's start off a little earlier. Ryan said, "Okay, let's go get some beers before Godzilla," and I'm like, I don't normally drink, so like wherever you want to go. So we went to this place called House of Brews in West Ashley, and they've got a chart up. Like every day they have a different food truck out front because they don't have food there themselves. And this was called Big Tent Pizza. And I'm not trying to say that to hawk them. I'm just saying that because we assumed it was going to be clown-themed pizza.
As you would.
I just assumed it would be, Chuck E. Cheese, but low budget. But it was like really high-end ingredients. And like it wasn't a food truck. They brought like a big like pizza stone oven and set it up in the parking lot. And they were like making them from scratch out there. They're really tasty.
It was a pop-up.
Yeah. The broccoli was well seasoned and it had that char to it from the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it was pre-cooked at all. I think it cooked in the fire with the pizza.
Oh, see, that's roasted
nice.
broccoli's not bad.
So good.
It was real good.
It's one of my favorite ways to eat a vegetable.
Over fire? I could.
Yeah, like roasted. Like
yeah,
I like a nice roasted vegetable.
I agree with you.
Carrots,
it used to be when I was
potatoes,
a kid.
onions, all of it.
As a kid, I always wanted fried vegetables because that's how my parents created vegetables. So I had childhood obesity.
That's
They
sad.
created vegetables. I just see them like summoning fried food from the garden. Just,
yeah.
I didn't know I was an obese child until my mom showed up with Diet Doritos and Diet Mountain Dew, and then I
Diet
knew.
Doritos?
Diet Doritos?
They
What the
had
fuck
those
is, what
in
is
the
that?
90s. Remember those
Hold on.
things with that weird fats, like fat
Zero
substitute?
trans fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elastra things.
Alestra,
Yeah.
yes. They caused anal leakage.
Uh-huh.
It was on the
Anal
warning
leakage
label.
Doritos. Chase it with your sugar-free Mountain Dew, you fuck.
Oh,
Whatever you do, don't
that
stop
sounds
fucking
awful.
consuming our product, though.
So, Godzilla was fine, no anal leakage, but Ryan
good.
watches these from time to time, and I told him this to his face. When we got to the movies to watch the Godzilla Tokyo SOS Fathom event, I was full of pizza and beer, so no snacks, no drinks. Just went straight into the theater and sat down. He got a bucket of popcorn, and he was ravenous.
He does that.
I've never heard. And look, Franks eats like 6 buckets of popcorn when you go with him to the movies. Ryan only
There's
has
a
one
second
bucket.
stomach for popcorn.
Ryan was way louder, and it was a steady both hands. The bucket floated. I don't know where he got this power from. The bucket floated just above his waist, so he could use both hands and get them straight to his mouth.
I don't think his wife lets him have popcorn at home, is what it is.
Oh, the forbidden fruit.
She's such a nice lady.
Exploded cord.
But Tokyo SOS was great, and I really hope that they do. What's the one after that? The Final
No,
Wars.
Final Wars.
Because I watched that one the next day again, and I'd forgotten just how awesomely terrible that Godzilla movie is. It's it's something I would like to see on a big screen, mainly because the only white dude in that movie has a head that would rival Kevin's. Like it's all face. It's huge.
Probably
Would you-
some
And this is
German
a
actor.
rubber suit Godzilla movie, correct?
Mostly, yeah. These are the 90 millennial.
Yeah, it was still practical then, but
There was some
it was the
CGI.
updated look.
It's a little CGI. A little.
It was a little. The digital effects are mostly like the breath weapons and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Mazer, the Tri-Mazer, or whatever it was, the last one.
Oh yeah, I forget. One Godzilla movie. Besides the first one, the humans win without aid of another monster.
Mm.
And I don't remember which one it is.
I don't
But I
think
think
I'd live in Tokyo.
I think it was
Well-
the one that we saw, the
No,
first one. that we
Mechagodzilla
saw.
was there.
Here's a question: Does Jaguar count as another monster in his Ultraman form?
No,
He's still human.
he's a
No,
superhuman.
he's not. He's a robot.
Yeah,
You're
he's
both
a mega robot.
Wait, he's a Jaguar's a robot? I
He's a
thought he was a
robot.
dude in a suit.
He programmed himself to grow big. I'm not making that up. That's the
No,
logic.
he's not.
I apparently was hammered when I watched that movie.
When you're in town, we'll just watch it again. I have very little reason not to watch that movie
I
multiple.
really don't want to see that kid's balls hanging out of his shorts again. I'm sorry. That's not a fan of that.
The shortest shorts you've ever seen.
Somehow they're above the waist. I don't know how that happens. The
Just the
bottom of his
pockets
shorts
hanging
are
out.
above the waist.
It's just belt loops.
Yeah. It's belt shorts.
Oh god, that movie's delightful.
And that weird scene where you go into the club and the fish people's heads and they don't explain it.
Oh, that's Godzilla
Oh.
versus Hedorah, but I
one.
appreciate you dropping Godzilla knowledge.
That's the one I know. It's the only one I've ever
It
seen.
is one of the best Godzillas in my opinion. I think.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Who's
that
got
was
all the
weird.
Godzillas streaming right now? Are they still on HBO?
It's on.
They're
They're
all-
on YouTube.
They're all over the place. Like if you
Yeah.
just go Google Godzilla and click any of the movies, it'll tell you a list of places you can see them. Because
Those are not always accurate.
they're
But,
pretty.
but
accurate.
if it says Pornhub, it is definitely the entire movie on there.
and a bunch
Wow.
of angry comments underneath.
Yeah.
Why can't I see Godzilla's vag? It's bullshit, man.
There's
It
a
would be a
dude who
cloaca.
uploads calculus videos to Pornhub, and he makes a lot of money from Pornhub doing these calculus tutorials. Completely, fully dressed, no lewd activity at all. But his videos get like millions of clicks because people really want to know how to do math.
Mm.
It's like the overlap between porn and math is really, it's like a circle of a Venn diagram.
A lot of frustrated engineers out there.
I'm thinking.
I imagine so.
And they go there for the porn, then they get sucked into the calculus. I
Yeah, they
understand.
get pulled into the math.
It helps you remember the formulas if you're like firing one off while you're looking at it.
Well, it's
Bricked up.
post-orgasm clarity. You can absorb more knowledge then.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's just smart.
Science, ladies and gentlemen.
Science. Yeah.
Science, bitches.
We're the masters of science. Probably
That
the
takes me-
scientistiest people ever.
She blinded me with science. Means a whole new
Oh.
thing now.
New.
I mean, I feel like that's exactly what it meant.
Yeah.
What?
I know that.
And you have accurately. Never
I'm
mind.
trying to go over the lyrics in my head. I'm trying to find the masturbation.
It's
You
in
ever
there.
Watched Weird Science?
No, she blinded me with science. She blinded me with science.
Yeah, but that song is in that movie. So I just assumed that the song was written for that movie.
So did I.
Because it was the 80s, most songs were written for movies.
I'm sure I don't think you're right about that.
I think Weird Science. Yeah, I think that
Weird
was.
Science, the song is written for the movie Weird Science. To me with science is in the movie Weird Science.
Mm. History, ladies and gentlemen.
God, if there was only some way we could look this information up.
Nah.
That's no fun. I
Text
feel like that's
cha-cha.
cheating. It's like cheating.
Yeah, it's like looking at your phone during bar trivia.
Yeah, well,
Ash Chiefs.
there's no
What year
bar
is it?
tab on the line here.
Hmm.
Well, I'm too lazy to do it. Somebody else do it.
I
What
don't
was
want
that
to.
service back in the early 2000s that you could text a question to
Gotcha.
someone and then they would look it up for you? Gotcha?
Cha-cha.
Cha-cha.
Real
Yeah.
smooth.
I remember
That a
that.
thing? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Text, yeah, you can text a question and it would answer it.
Ask
Cha-cha.
Jeeves worked as well.
That's back when cell
Yeah,
phone
but if you-
companies made money off of each text.
Yeah.
Mhm. If you
Yeah.
weren't like somewhere near the internet, then you texted cha-cha and somebody who was near the internet looked it up for you and then texted you back.
Mhm.
That was literally the job. I think.
And if you
Not
had
a
a
bad job.
texting, it was free.
That was back when payphones still existed.
Mm.
Once again, history, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
I saw a payphone in the
The
wild
best.
the other day.
In the wild.
Yeah, here.
Go on,
Really?
rivet us with this tale.
That's it.
That's the end of it. I saw it. It happened.
A period. The end.
I remember.
It is a thing that happened.
Like 2 weeks ago. It was weird. I was like, that's a payphone.
I'm trying to remember the documentary where the guy made got hired back. Oh, was it Nintendo or PlayStation that started the where you call
Nintendo, I think. Yeah.
Nintendo had the tip line.
the tip
Yeah.
line, where it was just
Yeah.
other nerds literally playing the game you're playing that would answer your questions, and they made money doing that.
And it cost you like $80. And your mom found out and she yelled at you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
call the 1-800 number and ask.
It's very specific.
I'm on the second level of Zelda and I'm kind of lost.
Well, let me see.
Yeah.
Do you
Before-
have the bombs?
Before they bought D&D, Wizards of the Coast used to have a helpline for Magic the Gathering rules. we used to use it all the fucking time.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it paid like that?
No, it was a 1-800 number. If somebody was there to answer, they'd answer.
Nice.
It was a
Phone
free
Like
service
rules
for
questions?
Wizards of the Coast?
Yep.
No wonder
It's like in the 90s. The game had been out for like 2 years. You know, they were trying to get more people to play. So, and the rules, believe it or not, are a little bit complicated for like right out the pack people.
Yeah, that was their first one's free, kids.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. Here's the
I feel
rule
like
book,
that's why,
and
like-
if you want to know how to play, here's another book that helps you understand the rule book.
Like I just collected Pokemon cards. I didn't try to play the game. I don't
Game's
know.
fun.
I didn't. Yeah, I never tried. I just wanted to collect them all. That was it.
I mean, that's what the slogan says.
They got me. I was like, I would like to do that, please. Put them in a fucking notebook behind
Gotta
my
catch 'em
baseball
all.
cards and my Marvel Comics cards.
Oh, I had a bunch of those.
I had, yeah.
I still
Including
have
both
mine.
series of Marvel masterpiece. Oh,
Me too.
Yes, that's how I was going to say. The Marvel masterpieces were really good art for collectible cards.
like,
I was a
oh, I've seen-
weirdo. I collected Wizard magazines because I also
okay.
collected comics, but those were hard to get to. But
The Wizard
Wizards.
magazine has all the comics in it.
yeah, it's got pictures of all of them.
It talks
I
about
like those too. They had really cool like covers and stuff on them. You know, they
Had
were
a
like
free
every cover was
poster?
like super awesome. And a poster, yeah.
I had a bunch of Wizard magazine posters on my wall,
Mm.
usually of the bad girls. That you remember the early 2000s like bad girls thing
Yeah,
in
like,
comics.
yeah, Lady Death, and all that.
Yeah, Dawn, Angela, Lady Death.
You actually know all their names. Wow.
I'm telling you, I had them on posters. I had a real weird childhood, man.
You got to put the quotes.
Sounds
Add
pretty
them.
normal.
They're still around. You've got them.
Probably
Real crusty
somewhere.
for some
yeah.
reason.
No, I take care of my materials.
You wipe it down afterwards.
I'm careful where I aim. I'm not an animal.
Jeez.
So when we last left off,
Oh, thank God.
let's just marinate
God.
on Frakes' aiming his junk at people.
I'll say marinade when he's
Not
don't.
people, objects, things. He lives alone. What has he not come on? That's a shorter list.
It's so accurate, bro.
Such a small apartment.
Don't sit there. Oh, don't sit there. Don't sit there. Don't sit there.
It's
Don't.
been there like 3 days. Like it's just everything's just coated.
Not one of y'all have ever visited me. You have no idea what this setup is like.
I'm bringing the black side if I do.
There's a
There's
reason
no
none
reason
of
to
us
go
have
to
ever
Jacksonville
visited.
ever.
Yeah, but I know one thing, Franks. It's depressing. So
Yeah, there's no natural light.
yeah, there's just bowls in the fridge full of broccoli and ham.
I know. I just picture like a huge like metal disc above Jacksonville that blocks the sun at all times.
You know how much it cost me to put that up there? It follows me around through GPS. They hate me here. Anyway,
It would
last time we left
be
off.
kind of cool. A GPS tracking like umbrella or solar shade.
Yeah.
Someone made a hat where the brim follows the sun, no matter
Weird.
where you
That's
turn.
pretty cool.
You haven't seen it.
I love to see it in fast motion. Just
14 pigeons died today. Dorian had
oh,
yeah, let's play this. Shut up, noob. Unless you're ready to are you ready to role play, noob? You ready?
did we take that as a yes?
That's a yes.
Good as-
He said
good as we're
thumbs
gonna
up.
get
Hey,
it,
give
huh?
us more background on the land of sand.
That's hot.
Thanks.
Thank you.
This has been
Sandy.
Background Facts with Michael Gano.
That's the kind of deep world building we've come to just adore.
Dry.
Ah,
The place called
Except for-
Sands is hot and dry, like a
except
desert.
for the parts of
Would-
the ocean where the
Would
boat is.
Anakin Skywalker like it here? That's the real question.
No, it's coarse
no-
and gritty and gets everywhere.
Oh,
no-
okay.
Well, no, actually, the sand's pretty soft. There is no blue milk, though, so
Wow.
that's Star Wars, right? Blue milk.
Yes, you're right. Congratulations, you've done a reference.
When last we
I never
left
thought
off-
that was milk, though. Yeah.
Did Tucker leave?
I thought about
Welcome to my
So about Frick's apartment.
it. So the scene opens at Frick's apartment.
What the fuck are y'all doing here? Get out!
No,
My bathrobe here.
I thought, for Noob's sake and everyone's sake, that when we last left off, Dorian had worked out a deal to meet the underground resistance here in Sands. And we're just going to open it up that you all are outside the door to this meeting to go meet the
Oh, damn.
La Resistance.
La Resistance.
La Resistance.
Sands, they speak French.
I give whatever secret knock they require.
Let's hear it.
Zoom's just going to mute anything I do anyway.
I'm knocking.
There
knock,
it is.
knock, knock.
Ignore us. The door opens.
Le knock.
Croissant.
Croissant.
You guys make your way into a very cool kind of underground chamber. The walls stretch out far and wide, like 40 feet in every direction. There's sconces with burning torches all along. There's probably 10 to 20 people scattered about this room along the walls and the shadows talking. But the main person, the one that you knew you were here to meet, is Atan B. Mullah. He's the leader of the resistance here. He's your contact here. And he mentioned something about just passing a simple test before being fully admitted. And when you quizzed him on this test, he mentioned that you would just need to impress the seer. And you get the idea that the seer is who you see in the center of this room, not against the wall, but in the very center, like a centerpiece.
I'm dressed to impress.
She is an extremely old, leathery-skinned woman, bald head, and her eyes they appear to be burnt out. She's got and she has a withered smile on her face. She's sitting like Indian style, with her hands on her knees and her fingers stretched, pointed up, but curling into different motions as you guys walk in. And even though she's obviously blind, each of you in turn, she seems to look at.
Stop.
Most of you feel nothing. Amun, however, when she gazes at you, did y'all show up normal, or did y'all disguise yourselves for this? Or
I have not been out of a disguise since we got to this goddamn town.
Yeah.
After
I'm,
last time, I'm still.
I would think the
Stands.
same.
I'm a
I
ghoul.
look like a gnome.
I'm wearing a hat.
okay.
Very nice hat.
Yeah, I'm disguised as best I can be.
Well, her quote-unquote gaze lingers on Amun a little longer than the rest of you.
She's into you, bro.
When you're looking back at her, Amun, you see an ever slight kind of acknowledging head bow in your direction. And then she stands slowly. It looks painful for her to move. And she walks over towards Atan and whispers into his ears for a long, long moment. After a little while, she goes back to the center of the room and retakes her place. So she seems more relaxed at this point when she sits down. She's not eyeing anyone per se.
She ain't eyeing anyone at all.
That's so
I
bad.
thought you were laughing at the word per se. You thought that I said something else.
I'm laughing at this. She ain't eyeing no one. It's a lady with no eyes in her head.
Yeah.
I think we got it. Got it.
Nervously, a ton walks to stand before you, Amun, and he goes down to his knees. Grace me with your holy penis, he says. No.
What is wrong with
Oh,
everybody
that's what-
today?
The way Terrence laughed, I knew that's what he was thinking. Look at that face. He knows that's what he wanted to happen.
I take off my dick.
Oh my god.
Wait, now you yes and? Now you yes and.
It's a traditional greeting.
Before giving you proper respect, he turns to those in the other room and he goes, "The Holy Prince has returned. The Holy Prince has returned." So your disguise has been seen through.
Yeah.
The room
I
all
did-
goes down to their knees and they begin bowing.
Dramatic robe toss. Yeah.
Oh, I wish you'd worn something underneath.
Well, it's the armor, hat of disguise. Well, it's dramatic.
You pull the Gandalf the White.
Yeah. Give a bow back. Oh, I'm not a crook.
Riveting speech as your people recognize you and welcome you back.
7
Bravo.
charisma. 7 charisma.
That's pretty good.
Roll it.
And the worst you can do is -2.
Yeah, that would give me an 11.
Okay. Not rousing,
It's
but
above average.
you don't stumble over yourself.
It's not a please clap, so you're good.
Thank you for welcoming me back.
Yeah.
It's been such a long time. I will take over and destroy the evil.
They all kind of look at each other like, better than what we got, I guess.
Less evil than what we have now.
Not evil at all.
So after much of them bowing and respecting and whatever, and then they start to clear the room out, and it gets to where it's just a ton, Sakura, who's the blonde lady, and like 2 or 3 other members that were there left, and you guys. And then the discussion begins. What has brought the prince back? Do you have a plan for taking your throne back? You know the news of how terrible things are here. The temple of Selkat and the pharaohs have been going at it a lot, but both seem to be changed in dramatic ways over the past few years. What plans have you brought us to free us from this tyranny?
You ever heard of what was that dragon thing called that's inside the spirit people? A Whoozy Whatser? I think
that's exactly what it was.
Protean, yeah.
Perhaps
You
Nim would like to take over this highly technical extraplanar explanation.
You ever heard of Protean?
I will explain to them, try to, explain to them a little bit about the Proteans and how they've, taken over, at least some of the people that we've encountered, including those are the priests of Selkat, right?
They were
Yeah.
the ones, yeah.
That attacked us, and so and attacked Amon, who
They're infected.
we all know is a devout follower. So,
Here's my holy symbol.
but I'll convey that to them, and I mean as best I can. Not very diplomatic, but I am a book nerd, so I'll try to share that with them and maybe explain what's going on. And I want to ask them too if they know anyone that is acting unusual in the government, or if they have a contact in the government too, that would be helpful.
We haven't had much luck getting contacts in. The priestess here, he points over to Sakura. She is the only way we know to detect these creatures. She has been blessed by Osiris with true sight, chaos.
Oh shit.
At the mention of that guy's name, Amon, you feel a tremor, just a smidgen of rage, and you're not sure why.
Oh, he's not. Oh, it makes me don't like that.
I don't think he's your baby daddy.
No, I think what we're trying to do though is we're trying to get the people to cause a distraction so we can get in there, kill the bad guy, and then take over from there.
So you have a means of freeing those innocent people from the Proteans?
No, they're lost.
Yeah, I assume they're lost. Walking
Free them
corpses.
from their lives.
From what we know, of the Proteans, they sort of kind of devour, the soul of their host, or banish it. So it's unlikely that they would be able to be returned.
Then Sakura speaks up. She goes, "Oh no, the streets and temples are full of wandering souls, waiting for their bodies to be returned."
Eee.
So how do we excise the Proteans in order for the souls to return to their bodies?
Without destroying the bodies.
We are not sure. In the early days, this city held, and I say early days, I mean several hundred years ago, the city held two temples. A temple to Selkat and one to Osiris.
Yeah.
But over the years, the Osiris followers took off on their own and had their own temple outside Selkat's power grew. It has long since, maybe 100 years, been abandoned. Many rumors as to what happened to them are unknown, but I believe without the balance of Selkat and Osiris that these Proteans were able to bleed in to take over. We look to maybe bring a balance back to the city. And with that balance, maybe the Proteans will not have a taste for this realm anymore and leave on their own.
Do you know of followers of Osiris that are still in the city?
You were touched.
Outside of myself and a few others here in the Resistance, I know of none that would be openly prophetic to Osiris.
Do you know where Osiris's temple was kept outside of the city?
Yes, it is a dangerous trek, but one that many used to make.
Whoa. Before you go on, can I make a roll or something to see if this chick is just promoting her own agenda at our expense?
Sure.
Okay. It seems awful convenient that her favorite god, needs to have his own temple to remedy a problem that has up until now been solved purely through violence.
I think if we can avoid killing these people completely and restoring their souls, we may have a greater following in the city.
I got like a 22 on sense motive. I didn't get a roll very good.
She does seem to be promoting Osiris, but it doesn't seem to be coming from this is the only way.
Is she undead?
No.
No, she's just ugly.
She's
Alright,
just extremely old.
Well, I don't know if everyone remembers, but balance has kind of been the theme of this whole campaign.
Has it?
You remember the temple of the
above and below.
Above and below? We had to bring the Dark Lady had her power was overwhelmingly high, so we had to put a vessel of the Glade in the good towers to balance it out. I mean, that's kind of the whole shtick that we've got going on here, bringing balance to the world.
If you say so.
I'll allow it.
I don't know. My character, or Dorian's a professional murderer. He doesn't really think of like the subtext.
That was me, Frakes, talking, not Vladros, because he is also a professional murderer.
Give me a knowledge religion types.
23.
I got
Pretty sure that
a
means the
35.
Okay. Between the three of y'all, mainly Nim, picking out some of the more arcane facts of Divine. Whether or not you guys were to bring balance back to this thing by reintroducing the god Osiris, which seems like would be a very long-term goal anyway. It's not something that could happen right overnight. One of the main things y'all were looking for was ways to battle chaos, and you guys know that Osiris is a god of law, that a temple of his may hold certain magical artifacts that would be a big hindrance to chaos.
Oh, well, this just shows how bad Noob is at proselytizing, because I assumed his god was a god of law.
I mean, no, I'm chaotic good.
His
You
god is a god of
bastard!
chaos.
It's your fault.
You know, we're all good here, but one's just chaotic.
What
one's
is
lawful.
I mean, with that religion check, I mean, do we know what Osiris's alignment is?
lawful.
Straight up.
Lawful neutral.
I'm pretty sure it's
probably.
lawful neutral.
Okay, I can probably get down with
He's
that.
lawful. I think he's lawful good, but I could definitely be wrong. He's the one that brings the sun every day.
Where does he take it? At night.
Across the other side.
I thought that was Ra.
No, you're right.
the
That is
sun
Ra.
god.
Which one's Osiris? Osiris is not the first one.
Osiris is dead.
Yeah, he
No,
is.
that's
he is
Anubis.
he is the falcon. No,
I
Ra.
thought
Pull
Ra
this
was
up and
the
fucking forgot.
Osiris. Osiris is the jackal. No,
Oh,
that's Anubis.
That's Anubis. Yes, there's the god of the underworld.
Osiris is the lord of death and rebirth.
Holy
he is the
shit.
god that dies. He dies and is reborn every cycle.
He's the alligator one, then, right?
That's
No,
Seth.
There's a
He
I
just
think
looks
you're
like
right
a-
about that because the river.
Osiris is the Egyptian lord of the underworld and judge of the dead, brother husband to Isis,
Great.
and one of the most important
Raven-headed.
gods of ancient Egypt.
Osiris.
Oh, he's also the son of Geb and Nut.
And by the way, he's just a dude.
Oh, he's the dude.
He's the
The
dude.
dude.
Oh, yeah, he's the
okay.
dude with the thing and the hat.
He's the green dude.
Yeah. He's
Why
the
is he
zombie.
green?
Looks real corpsey.
Yeah.
God of
How they-
deceased, so he's
I
green.
feel like corpsey's not a word.
So the history, according to the Pathfinder wiki, not just straight the Osiris from our world. Osiris was was its pharaoh during the Age of Legend. His brother is Set.
His mother is Nut.
Shut the fuck up.
Osiris appears like a mummy with green skin, signifying his portfolio of fertility. He wears a white Etif crown with 2 ostrich feathers and carries a crook and a flail. It's the pharaoh's symbol of office.
Ooh, could it be lawful evil? That'd be cool. Chaotic good, lawful evil.
No, he's lawful good.
Huh.
Yeah, he's not your like polar. He's not
I
Selket's
know.
polar opposite or anything.
No.
That'd be cool though.
If anything, Selket works for him.
Oh,
How
yeah.
dare you?
I don't think so.
Selkat's
Definitely
kind
think
of
we need some.
Selkat's kind of a standalone god from the research that I've done on it.
Mhm.
She has, but much like where Osiris is a god of life and death, the kind of similarities between Osiris and Selkat is that while she is also the mother of poison who invents poison, she also gifts her followers with resistance to poison. She both deals and protects from death in her own way, but her way is a bit more chaotic and not as
Fair, lawful.
not as fair. She runs more off of emotions where he runs more off logic.
Facts and logic, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually now that you've filled me in, maybe this god could help us.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
Maybe
No,
not the god himself, but
So we have to
temple.
go and basically try and bring life back into the temple, but also look for weapons that might help us. Is that the idea? Or lighting a fire at the
We want to bring
temple?
balance. Like, we want to bring balance. We want to spread the word that the prince is back. We want to take over, but in the meantime, while they're doing that, we go see what we can get to help get rid of these fuckers.
But what we're
Oh.
primarily there for, as far as this blind seer is concerned, is
Hold
to
on, we lost
reconsecrate this temple, right?
Well,
Just
yeah.
lost Matt.
He'd be okay. We don't need him. Wizard down. Yeah, that's what we should do.
Move
Okay.
away from that, I guess.
I mean, whatever.
What do we know the reason that the temple is no longer active? Like, was it overtaken by wild animals, or
The followers of Osiris just eventually dwindled and left or died or came back and gave up. The worship of Osiris is like his touch here was never as strong as Selkat's.
Damn right.
You feel a bit of pride in the back of
Yeah.
your mind with that one.
Damn right. Dude.
But
What are you
slowly, Amon, you're hearing whispers as you guys all kind of are agreeing to go to Osiris's temple and use his weapons and stuff like that. You're getting some disagreements from Selkat, your mind. She is not a fan of this plan.
Well, then what would you rather do?
Yeah, you got
I
better
guess I
ideas?
can't. I can't really talk to her right now. That's kind of the thought I'm giving. I was like, what the fuck else would you like to do then?
You can use your inside voice.
We'll talk when we get home.
Well, yeah, no, it's just like, that's the thoughts I'm putting out. Well, if you got a better idea, what else you want to do? Because right now, it's our best plan.
She's the one that told us to come here and pick up an army, right?
Mm-hmm. Look, you've got the paperwork, you've got the proof that you
Yeah,
could run
man.
this with. If everything was in order, you could have just gone to the other lords and then maybe kicked your brother out that way, maybe. But now knowing that your brother, along with however many other people,
Uncle.
might be possessed by Proteans, it changed plans a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it ain't good. That's what we gotta do. We gotta find somebody to get rid of these proteins out of them bodies. Or else I'm not
All
fully
right.
opposed to going full bloodshed in the name of good.
So that's basically what your family line was known for.
For good, not for evil.
Oh. I'm sure the dead people are very relieved.
It was for the good. Yeah.
I hope their hearts were light as a feather.
Nope, they were stiff as a board. What are we talking about?
I don't
The
know.
last reports that came from the Temple of Osiris claimed that giant sand creatures had taken over and made it their home.
Ass blasters.
So that's a Tremors
Oh,
3
God.
reference, I believe.
Yeah. Oh,
See,
Wow.
she's so old she remembers that movie.
The
I
Great
think,
Tremor Wars.
I feel like Lord Kevin Bacon may be able to help us if we know.
In the great days of TNT,
Looks
you
like
can
we
see
got to
Tremors
cut.
on
foot
3 or 4
loose.
times a week before the Sci-Fi Channel took it over.
Yeah, they're all on Tubi, by the way, on the east side of town.
All of them,
Yep.
there's like 8 of them now.
That Cold Day in Hell. Just
all of them.
all of them.
Tremors, but like with ice and stuff.
It's a
Not like
Cold
Jake.
Day in Hell.
You mean a blue filter in the same desert? That's all it. A
Yeah,
blue filter.
It's probably South Africa or something.
I think the newest one is Screecher Island, and spoilers: Burt Gunner dies in that one
No.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
after
was he-
12 movies. He finally gets killed.
Too soon.
Was he the
Jamie
one that didn't
Kennedy
like
die?
guns?
That felt like there were
Was
3
he-
questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was he the one that didn't like guns?
The one that did like guns.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
the
that
gun
did
I think it was Reba's husband, right?
for one movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this again."
And then he was his own grandfather in a prequel movie where he didn't like guns and rode a bicycle.
But didn't he learn to like guns? Isn't that how he learned to like
that's
guns?
the history of his love of guns comes because at the end of that movie, his grandfather needs guns to kill all the Tremors.
Which is
There is so much Trimmer lore here that it's just
Yeah,
it's the
but-
wealth.
In any of these films, do I get to see a monster chew up Jamie Kennedy?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they just straight replace him with another actor, or he just doesn't show up anymore. So he's Burt Gumner's son, but eventually they're like, that's enough Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, nobody likes it. Nobody wants it.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody's here for that
Nobody
anyway.
asked for that.
I think I've watched all of them, but I've slept through half of all of them while I've watched them, if that counts. Still.
Fair.
Yeah.
So
I
we
do
all
have a
agree
soft
here?
spot for all those stupid movies.
I remember when I saw the first Tremors, I was scared shitless.
Oh,
Like-
yeah. It was real scary when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Raboids.
No,
I just thought they were gonna eat me. I was like
Graboids.
scared of
What the
anything that
fuck?
wasn't paved. I didn't want to walk on it.
Well, it fucking ate Mr. Miyagi right off the rip, you know? I didn't like that.
Ah!
Gosh, I got all
That was that's great. Fucking up the convenience store.
Yeah. This has been
Wow.
a Tremors aside.
Yeah, this is a prequel to what's going to happen at the Osiris Temple.
Y'all keep talking. I gotta find the Tremors equivalent monster
Holy
in
shit.
Pathfinder.
He's got a name, you know. It's Pat F. and Marita.
Purple worm.
Yeah, we all in agreement though? That's the plan
It's
for
the
right now?
old D&D Bestiary one, the Graboids. It's on page 27.
All right. Well,
Great.
here, if I can put myself to the forefront while the rest of the group is debating this or talking amongst themselves or whatever, and talk to the Freedom Fighter Coalition here, and say we're more than happy to try and reconsecrate this temple for you. I do, in fact, believe you that this lawful deity possibly could help soften the extra dimensional monster's hold on the city. But while we're off doing it, I need something from you people.
What do you mean by you people?
I mean you people who are here in this room, but not us.
Oh, okay. Murdering's one thing, Dorian, but I draw the line at racism.
For God's sake, shut. Your Majesty.
What is wrong with you?
Aren't they having fun over there?
Sorry. It is Purple Worm.
That's the name of the monster?
Those are icy climate monsters. Bullshit! Bullshit!
Burpy worms.
Well, there's a forum here that says, so like the Purple Worm is probably the closest equivalent to a Graboid. But they also suggest the Death Worm can be used as a lower level desert worm.
You just reskin an Ankag, right?
Yeah, if instead you wanted to emphasize the grabbing tentacles over the worm shape, you might also want to consider the Dust Digger.
That's a
that
cool
sounds
name.
what it
Damn.
is.
Large probably means that the stat block would need to be adjusted a little bit. Finally, you can reflavor the stats for
Fuck that.
War has. That's the one that's normally cold related. Well,
We're in a hot place. They're not
that
gonna be
wouldn't
cold
be a bad
related.
trimmer.
Trimmer's one shot.
Somebody also said giant squid with the chthonic template.
Oh, Lord.
That's terrifying.
Oh,
That's-
grab 8,
that's
10
squids.
people at once.
Oh, look, that's Jeff. Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna tell him
Likes
you
to
said
min-max his monsters.
Jeff Dustin, the guy that
Don't forget, you too could be the Jeff for a mere $29.99 a month on Homebrew Detritus' Patreon.
Yes.
This is true.
When you create your own category, you become the thing.
So sorry, yes, but attention definitely went to Trimmer's monster stab block. I did not catch what your question was there, Terrence. I apologize.
Understandable.
See, that's how a man does it. When you don't pay attention, you never say you're sorry.
Huh? Do what now?
Yeah. What did
What
you
I
ask?
was saying was, I was agreeing for the group to try and reconsecrate this temple in exchange for them gathering their forces and being ready for us when we return triumphant.
If we were
I
trying
think that's a fair deal.
Man, we
There's the
return
confidence of the
triumphant.
leader they need. Yeah.
7 charisma.
You're just gonna get a lot of sharp elbows from Dorian, like just to keep you from talking too much.
Don't you mean if, Dorian?
No, I don't. Shut up. Your Grace.
If you guys care to bear the old journey to the Osiris Temple, then just be prepared for the brute of the sands and the giants that have made the temple their home. But I am sure that there are definitely still artifacts and powers there that could help us in our current predicament.
Wonderful. What we'll need from you is manpower in the meantime.
Well, I need the Adamantine sword.
Okay, that's a little specific, but all right.
And if I haven't already showed them the letter, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure they see that letter. So it's like, ain't no fooling.
Okay. Would you like us to keep this here safe?
No.
In case you die a terrible death.
Now one of these guys will bring it back.
Sure. Let me hold it.
No. Still holding on to this.
He'll let him do that. He'll just copy the handwriting. He's sending notes from deities all over the place.
Good thing Sans is actually one of the first places that invented photocopying. So I let them take a couple copies.
It's just mimeograph. Don't let him brag.
That's the Egyptian job, Xerox.
Well, while you all-
Xerox.
While you all have asked us to get the armies ready, I don't believe that will be a problem. I will say, as much as I trust everyone that was in this room here today, word of your return is going to spread regardless if we told them to keep it quiet or not. The return of the prince after 14 years? How long have you been gone? Long fucking
roughly
Decades.
Yeah.
roughly what?
Roughly about 10 years? Let's say 10 years.
Let's
That's
let's
what you
change the
said in
number
your
again.
backstory was 10.
I thought you spent 10 years in Yarno and then.
Well, I guess, yeah.
worked.
10 years
So
in the army
14 years sounds like about right.
Yeah, so
Or-
10 plus however we belong.
Don't write his backstory for him, Kevin. Jesus. He hasn't bothered to do it once himself.
Yeah, it is.
He's got an extensive
It's
backstory.
something I wrote like 2 years ago that I've lost in this time, by the way. I don't know where it's at.
He did write it poorly, but he wrote it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
listen, again,
It's fine.
I like Pathfinder for the combat. It's just me.
On the Google Doc, his backstory is 2 sentences and takes 2 pages. That's
What?
It does not take 2 sentences.
It takes half a page, and it's all one paragraph, and it's mostly 2 run-on sentences.
Oh, no pun.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
No
Yeah, you're right.
punctuation.
Yeah, you're right. I thought you meant I wrote 1 sentence on a page.
No.
Press enter a bunch of times.
Those pages are full of
Yeah.
words. No
They're
commas,
full
no
of-
periods, no quotation marks. Just
No spelling.
figure it out.
Just letters on a page.
Hey, you know what's really fucked up? I was in the
Word.
I was in the top 20% of my graduating class. Isn't
Oh,
that fun
wow.
to think about? Yeah.
yeah,
It ain't great. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Your
make
parents-
that think.
Your
That's
parents should have
again.
sent you to a human school instead of dog.
I can sit, I can stay, I can heal. I got it all.
And he's mostly housebroken.
Mostly. A thunderstorm comes through. I'm shitting on a bed.
You're the worst thunder buddy ever.
He said that fast.
Oh.
He does that for real.
Oh,
I'm
no.
scared.
Mommy, I duked.
Ami, a duke.
So, any preparations before you guys begin to trek this? How did you describe it, Noob? Dry and hot desert.
hot. Yeah, thankfully, I'm still acclimated due to my natural ability.
We ask our new friends if what they suggest for our journey, and if they have any provisions that they may be able to help us. That if we don't need them, obviously we can bring them back.
Does anybody have you divine casters? You have create food, create water kind of things, or is that take up spell slots?
I'm pretty sure I have create water as a cantrip. Let me double check this correctly. Yeah, I have create
you've
water.
created water before.
Alright.
I'm sure we have
Oh.
supplies on the ship anyway.
How
if we
long
need
do we
supplies.
have before we are to set off? Like,
I would say
how long
a day.
is preparations for our group? Are
It's also
a day?
probably better to travel at night, or it's not blistering hot, and then put up tents during the day.
I think we're going to leave within the day, Kevin. Unless you have
Yeah, I
something
think the sooner the
else.
better.
Yeah.
I was going to
Especially,
look into brewing potions of endure
well, you should have done that in the few days that we had down, because now that we've exposed our friend here, the news of his presence is going to spread very fast, and more importantly, it's going to spread to our enemies. So, unless you want to hang around here while they're tossing the town looking for him, I don't.
And I can cast Endure Elements Communal
Boom.
if
Okay,
need be.
awesome.
Yeah.
If you've got communal, then never mind.
I'd also recommend you tell the ship to leave port for a little while. Maybe just go drop anchor in the sea for a bit.
Why? They don't know what we came on. We're a
But
merchant.
they still might toss
Ransack
the
it.
ship. They might
Find
toss
some-
every ship in the dock.
Yeah, they might too. I mean, especially if they think that ship came from, I mean, it could have come from Yarnum, and they're probably going to be looking for.
Hell, and if they're looking to invade, they might commandeer the ship.
Well, it's your vessel, but I don't want to send our escape route of sailing away.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't think that the people that are on the ship are not from Yarnum. People that are still on the ship are not from Yarnum. They're from a place that should be known for not being fans of Yarnum. So
Okay, then we're
This-
good. Then I think we leave it then.
I think
This is
there
not
should
the-
be fine.
This is not the point I am making. When nations go to war, they will take any means that they can to make the war happen. If there's a ship in their port and they need to move troops, they might say, "This is now ours." Enough, they would have to fight to
It
Yeah.
not do that.
might not be a bad idea if they took a whole ship full of troops with them. So
That's what I'm saying. I
while
think,
we were causing an insurrection, so
I'm not saying go far. I'm just saying maybe leave out just out the docks and hang out.
Doesn't
could
that look
send,
suspicious though? Like, what is he? What are you waiting for out there? What are you doing? Why are you just sitting there off the coast?
Because people just got murdered in your city, and we don't want to get murdered.
Why not just go on somewhere then?
Well, then that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying just like dock and stay right outside. I'm saying leave a little bit.
I love your hypothetical conversation with each other, but
I mean, I feel like this whole conversation is like weird.
I agree.
But whatever. I feel like if Toker wants to fuck us on the boat, then we're fucked on the boat. It's not gonna. There's nothing.
Oh, the
that
boat's
can
already
happen.
gone. The boat's it's been destroyed.
See,
Typical.
I told you.
The Leviathan woke up and tracked it down.
He doesn't
Yep.
want us to leave. That's what
It's raising the coast of this city now. No.
well, yeah. So we'll so we're gonna be at this particular location for a little while. That I have a chance to kind of familiarize myself with where we are.
I mean, when y'all leave and when y'all want to leave is entirely up to you guys. So it's just kind of waiting on an answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
how
What
long-
time of day is it now?
This would be the next day. So it's still, let's say after that conversation, it's midday now.
Okay. Do they and did they have any suggestions on what we should take or anything in particular that we may not think of outside of normal food, water, clothing kind of
Actually,
stuff?
Noob was right. Maybe tents. You want to take tents, just traveling gear, things like that.
Camels.
Carousel.
Will there be any? Okay, here's one question I would have had to ask while they were there, but are there any like specific Osiris rituals that need to be performed, and you provide a priest that does that to journey with us?
You're looking at the only priest now,
Oh.
and she is maybe 300 years old, which would be impossible for a human, but she looks at.
Get in the hole, woman.
She's basically a
hole.
mummy.
Yeah. So, I mean, what is she suggesting? That we kind of clear the way, make it safe, and then she'll make her own journey there?
We'll just wing it.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I
going
could
there
always
is
teleport her.
basically to find relics and artifacts and bring them back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And clear out an infestation of giant monsters, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see what it takes us.
Graboids.
Giant monsters or giants?
She said
Yeah.
giants.
You said giant sand creatures, so that means either giants that live in the sand, giants made of sand.
Sand giants.
Mm.
Could be a lot of things. Who knows? Well, I'll grab a tent. I'm ready to go.
There are a lot of
Tents-
modifiers.
Tents and camels.
Wait, don't we have flying mounts? We can just zoom there.
That's less fun than camels.
Yeah, I'd rather Shrek. Come on, let's do some random encounters. Yeah. I want some stereotype desert traveling music.
I played that at the end of the last episode.
I like the little ending credit things. That's pretty good.
Brand new. Totally new. Those ending credits.
Not new, but I don't usually make it that far. I made it that far. This thing.
I'm basically picking at Terrace, who's like, "Oh wow, we've got ending credits now. We've made it." He said this last week. We've been doing ending credits since Halloween of last year.
I did not know.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, you didn't say anything about it. You expected me to watch up.
I believe I did say, look at how hard this was for me to make
Yeah.
for the Halloween
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, we watched them on here, I believe.
remember.
I think you played some of them on the show.
Yeah, you probably would have go get water. You dehydrated bitch, you.
I am running out of water, so you can speed this episode up.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, when we come back next week, we'll probably
Wow.
talk more about Godzilla, and then eventually we'll have a fun desert-themed adventure with a random encounter that I did not plan for ahead of time.
Well, it's basically a ceremonial title at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with Noob in some regards. I like doing the combats, and I want to kill all of your characters.
Oh, well, you could actually stay dead. Jesus, taking Wednesdays off.
Come with me.
Let's-
All right, thanks
you
for
later.
listening, everybody. We'll catch you on this. We'll catch you next
bye.
time.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you already ended the show.
Roll the credits.